Welcome back. As promised, we've got the management of Lupin waiting by. For those of you, who just tuned in, Lupin had reported numbers yesterday, very late. The revenues were flat, just up close to about 0.3%. Margins were maintained at 15.2%. Profits, this time around, the company reported a profit of 213 crore, largely in line with estimates. We're now joined by Mr. Nilesh Gupta, the MD, and Ramesh Swaminathan, the CFO of the company. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining in. Nilesh, let me start with the US sales. The US sales has been better than what the street was anticipating. If you could tell us what led to it, is it sustainable? What is the outlook? Did you, garner some market share gains this time around?
So obviously, I think one of the good things that I feel about this quarter is things have performed as we had anticipated for them to. In particular, the US ramp up that we had talked about, and there are two or three big contributors to the US. I think to me, it's the inline products that increased, including ramp up in the share of levothyroxine, the relaunch of the Glumetza generic, and obviously the launch of albuterol. We also had other launches like Lapatinib in partnership with Natco, which contributed as well. So albuterol contributed a little bit to the total number, a respectable number to the growth itself. But I think the albuterol story will really come out in Q4. So we're still in ramp up mode. So we'll do more in Q3 than we've done in Q2, and then Q4 would be more like our steady state kind of number. And I think it's obviously this. I think it's a terrific opportunity. Especially with Perrigo going out of the market and not having a timeline to come back. I think it's a great opportunity. We want to play it strategically. That's how we've been doing it so far. But I think it's a great opportunity for us. It's a great growth opportunity for us.
Right. Ramesh, you relaunched Glumetza, which is essentially used to treat type 2 diabetes. Could you talk to us about what's happening in that drug? Has market share for you returned back to where it was? What are the sales from that drug during the quarter gone by?
We would not like to share market, product-wise revenue details at all. So to the extent, we would like to keep that confidential to ourselves. But both are significant products. The Glumetza, we are just about looking at re-entry. So there's a little, there are teething problems out there. But we are confident, given our history, our track record with that we would bounce back. But more importantly, I think it's important to take cognizance of the fact that our overall revenues in America are getting back to the $180-200 million a quarterly run rate. And that, I think, is a good thing for the company.
If I can add on the Glumetza, actually we've been able to get a very respectable amount of the share back. As you know, there were other entrants. Some of the other entrants have had challenges and they've had to be pulled out. They pulled out of the market as well. I think it's given us the opportunity to go back and get share. So there's a respectable amount of the share that is back. Again, we relaunched only in September. So again, Q3 onwards, you'll see a significant part of that back as well.
So, Nilesh, are you sticking to your target of getting to $180 to $190 million this year, or will you surpass that?
So, as you know, we did 180 million in Q2. Obviously, everything points northwards of that in Q3 and Q4.
Right. Nilesh, we understand that Somerset was re-inspected. What was the outcome, and what about the other facilities? I mean, take Goa and Indore, for example. What's the status of those facilities in terms of inspection?
So the Somerset inspection is still ongoing, so we don't comment on ongoing inspections. As far as other sites like Goa and Pithampur are concerned, we shared with FDA that we are ready for re-inspection. As we've discussed before, unfortunately, there's nothing which has changed in the last quarter, and the FDA has not shared a stated approach on remote inspections. for facilities such as this, where you have completed all the actions that you wanted to, and you want a re-inspection. So we are, I think we've made progress in terms of sharing updates with FDA, but we've really been trying to engage with the FDA to get more inputs on what the next steps would be. So really no updates for those two sites at this point of time.
Ramesh, the Indian markets have been soft. In fact, the revenues from India have declined by 0.7% on a year-on-year basis. What was the reason for that? And any growth target that you've set for the India business for the coming quarters?
We have done particularly well when it came to our chronic areas, or chronic therapy areas. But when it comes to, in fact, the acute, we have not been doing so well. That's particularly because the fact that those are the competition that have done well. They've actually got bigger brands, and those have not necessarily been our focus area. Our focus for the last several years has essentially been on chronic, and there we have done fairly well, and that's what is coming out in the overall numbers.
If I can add, sequentially, the India formulation business has grown 11%. Year on year, we are still flat, but so there's a meaningful, significant increase sequentially, and that sequential increase has all been on the chronic side. On the acute side, I think there was only a 2% increase, and there was a 12% increase on the chronic side sequentially. Especially Q3, Q4, we expect that the market will grow likely at the 4-5% level, and we would expect to grow at 6 to 8% year on year.
Just stay on, gentlemen. By the way, Emami numbers are on your screen. There has been a beat on revenue. So revenues have come in over 730 crores, higher than what we were anticipating, 735 crore. So that would mean roughly a high single-digit kind of revenue growth. There is a margin expansion. Margins at 35% would imply a margin expansion of over 500 basis points. However, there is a miss in terms of profitability, so we'll just wait by if there is any line item below the margins which have resulted in profits coming in lower than what the poll was suggesting, but revenues and margins coming in ahead of what the street was anticipating, and the stock is reacting favorably, at least for now. It's already done well. It's rallied 2.5 times from its 52-week lows. We'll get you more color on Emami numbers. But Ramesh, there was a lot of buzz in the markets about a cyber attack on your facilities which have impacted quality control. Can you confirm or deny this?
No, our core systems have not been impacted at all. There has been an incident for sure, but our operations are very much under. We are in recovery mode. We have been working on it for the last few days. So I would only rush to add that our core systems have not been impacted, and it's only the peripheral systems that have been impacted. And to that extent, things would get normalized very fast.
Nilesh, Ramesh, thank you very much for joining in. That's the word coming in from Lupin Management. Before we head into a break, here is something that you, our viewers, must take note of. CNBC TV 18 and the National Stock Exchange have come together to promote investor awareness through a special